In the minds of many, Rolex represents the pinnacle of achievement and success. It symbolizes the highest level of innovation in the watchmaking industry, making it a brand that will last for decades to come. The history of the company is vast, exciting, and renowned. Rolex is a brand name that has become virtually associated with luxury timepieces, thanks to the many innovative technology and designs that it has introduced over the years. And just like any other luxury brand, Rolex made some exclusive and rare models that became collector's items and sold at auction for thousands of dollars, and we're going to talk about them today. Welcome to Lux Life, and when it comes to luxury and lifestyle, we've got you covered. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's start. Number 10. GMT Master with a blue aluminum bezel. No one knows if this watch is a real Rolex, so it is treated as if it were mythical. The blue bezels are often believed to have been commissioned specifically for the Middle Eastern armed forces. Some Rolex insiders claim the company has never produced a GMT with a blue bezel, while some believe the blue aluminum bezel on this GMT Master Rolex is genuine, but was installed on this watch after it had already left the factory. Number 9. The Space Dweller. In 1963, it was given as a gift to American astronauts who were traveling through Japan at the time. Due to the fact that their reception was so excellent while they were there, the company decided to take an Explorer 1 and replace the dial with a Space Dweller dial. The inscription Space Dweller may be found on the face of this watch because Rolex manufactured so few of these timepieces specifically for the Japanese market. They are extremely difficult to come by. Number 8. Logo Watches. This is not a single watch, but rather a collection of timepieces that are similar to one another in some aspects. Imagine that a particular pizza brand awarded corporate managers who achieved their sales goals with a Rolex Air King watch that had their logo style. That is how logo watches work. Surprisingly, Rolex engaged in business practices similar to these with several other companies before. However, these days, a co-branded watch is something of a rarity. Number 7. The Yara Watch. The Yara Watch is a piece of timekeeping equipment that Rolex never meant to sell. They are well known these days for their AFT Daytona dial, in which the APH is spread out a bit more. The GMT Master 2 is another example, and there's an Oyster Perpetual 41 with a single stick at 6 o'clock on the dial, but an Explorer 1 is even rarer, depending on how you look at it. The arrow in that watch shows either 3 or 9. This is something that has been on Air King before, but never on an Explorer. Do you think there are other rare Rolex watches that should be a part of this list? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 6. The Yellow Gold Vintage Daytona 16568. This 18-karat yellow gold vintage Daytona 16568 is made of a precious metal that is very hard to find. The tachymeter is usually written around the bezel of a Daytona, but this watch has baguette-cut diamonds that are factory set and go all the way around the bezel. The dial is covered in pave set diamonds, and the indices are made of green emeralds. And if this wasn't rare enough, there is a 16568 EMRO reference that is the same watch but has baguette-cut emeralds set by the factory instead of diamonds on the bezel. Number 5. Xerograph Reference 3346. Before the start of World War II, production of the Xerograph Reference 3346 began. It was the first watch to have a rotating bezel, and it was also the first time Rolex developed its own chronograph movement. Both of these innovations were introduced in this watch. These components can be found in even the most sought-after Rolex watches produced in modern times. The exact number of them that were produced is unknown. However, we estimate that it ranged from 7 to 12. Number 4. The Chairman Dial Daytona. The Chairman Dial Daytona got its name because Rolex gave only a small number of these to close friends and business partners. This watch has only ever been sold twice, once at Christie's in 2013 for $250,000, then again at Phillips in 2017 for double what it sold for at Christie's 4 years earlier. The dial is a simple sunburst blue, but this watch is one of the rarest Rolex models we've ever seen. Number 3. 36mm Rolex Oyster Perpetual Date. This particular Rolex is an Oyster Perpetual from 1949 and is a 36mm yellow gold model. The fact that its dials features enamel painting is the aspect of this watch that draws the most attention to itself. The fact that the Rolex crown is located at the bottom of the watch, where the 6 would normally reside on the dial, makes this watch even more remarkable. Additionally, the indices of the watch that go around the dial are gold stars. Number 2. 18-karat white gold DayDate. This DayDate watch, crafted from white gold, appears to have a display that is extremely comparable to an Explorer 1, and the watch's smooth bezel gives it the appearance of a Tudor Black Bay 41. The fact that this watch does not have DayDate hands is one of the many interesting aspects that sets it apart from the others. It features sports hands, the type commonly found on a Submariner and not a DayDate watch. Number 1. Baudai Rolex. In 1954, Baudai, the last emperor of Vietnam, traveled to Switzerland and visited the closest authorized dealer there. He examined every timepiece Rolex displayed, but none of them drew his attention. He desired the rarest and most expensive Rolex ever manufactured. So the Rolex dealer gave the emperor a yellow gold 6062. This was one of only 3 variants with a black dial and diamond markings. However, what made his watch unique was that it had only 5 diamond markers as opposed to 6, making it truly one of a kind. When the corporation first began, wristwatches were referred to as wristlets, and nobody took them seriously. Oyster, however, saw great potential in wristwatches, which led to the success of his business and the industry as a whole. Now Rolex has become the world's most recognizable and prestigious brand of watches, and owning a Rolex timepiece is the pinnacle of extravagant wealth in the West. Rolex watches have a rich heritage steeped in legend, and it would be a privilege to own one of the few remaining collectible models. A buyer's investment in one of these items will be well worth it despite the rarity and high cost, because of the pride of ownership it will provide. If you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, click subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. Also, feel free to leave us a comment if you want to watch more videos. Head on over to our channel to see more from Lux Live. See you!